discuss 8th standard, 8th lesson, cell structure and functions. Cell structure and functions. Last class we are discussing the cell inclusions and what is that eukaryotic cell, prokaryotic cell, cells, strains, everything we will discuss. Today itself we discuss this plant cell. A typical plant cell contains an additional membrane called the cell wall. So it is the outermost boundary of the plant cell. It is formed of mainly cellulose. It is a non-living material. The cell wall is tough and rigid layer that provides a strength and protection to the plant cell. The cell wall is porous and allows water, oxygen and carbon dioxide to enter and leave the plant cell. Apart from the organelles mentioned so far, a typical plant cell contains some unique organelles that distinguish it from the animal cell. See that? So this is the plant cell. So plant cell. So this is the cell wall. This is the cell wall. So cell wall, it is made up of this cellulose. It is the outermost layer. So the molecules entry and exit in and out of this. This is the function of the cell wall. So and this additional one function is your protection. So something is different from that. This in the animal cell, that is the chloroplast. So chloroplast present only in the plant cell. So central vacuoles. Central vacuoles. So this one it is a central vacuoles. So it is present in the center of the plant cell. It is a large cavity and central vacuole. It is a prominent one. So it is filled of this cell that is called water-fluid protoplasm. So the large central vacuole pushes the cytoplasm along the nucleus. So central vacuole sensor pushes the cytoplasm in the nucleus. So and other organelles shows the outer boundary of the cells. Other organelles found the outer boundary of the cell. Next one is the plastids. This one it is the plastids. So plant cells having the number of colored bodies called as plastids. So if in a few numbers are here, green colored pigments plastids, it is called as chloroplast. So that chloroplast is very essential for the photosynthesis. It contains a green plant. Contains a green pigment. So it is very helpful for that in the photosynthesis. So next one it is that animal cell. A typical animal cell. So animal cells it is surrounded by this thin and flexible cell membrane only present. So cell membrane only. Yeah, this is the cell membrane. So the center nucleus it will be present. So surrounded by the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm contains many small vacuoles. It's similar to this mitochondria, vacuoles and ribosomes, lysosomes, everything here. But do not have this chloroplast. Instead of this, centriole is present. So next one it is difference between the plants and animal cell. The outermost layer, the cell wall is present. So outermost layer, cell membrane is present. So the cell wall is made up of the cellulose, plant cell, and animal cell it is a flexible and cell membrane is here. So it has the chloroplast. Plant cell has the protoplast and animal cell have the centrioles. And most plant cells are large central vacuole in the cytoplasm. It is a prominent and small vacuoles are present in the animal cells. The plant cell wall is made up of the cellulose. Cell membrane is porous. Green colored plastids are called chloroplasts. Next one it is tissues. So tissues, cells grouped to perform for the similar function. Such group of cells it's called tissues. So tissues is perform the similar functions, that is called tissues. So first we take out of this potato film. So you will see that in this microscope. So some of this end to end, some of the cell structure we have to find out. That cell structure it is called as outer epidermis. It is outer part of this root, stem, leaf and fruits. So this is called this epidermis. Epidermis. Outer epidermis layer is protects the inner layer of the cells. So this means that all the cells on this layer perform their function, that is called protection. So it is an example of tissues. So at times the tissues are more types of cells. So particularly we say that for the blood cells. So what are the components of the blood? White blood cells, red blood cells, platelets and plasma. So most of this plasma, it is a liquid in portions, it's here. So this is the red blood cells, white blood cells. It's the microscopic structure of the blood cells. So next one it is different types of tissues. Different types of tissues to form this organ. Several organs combine together to form this organ system. Okay, and the organ system to make it for that organism. So this is a single cells to form the smaller unit in this living organism. So mostly form the cells the same structure and function to form this organ. So all the organs combine together to form organ system. All the organ system to make it this organism. So the lesson is finished.